Come on and join me in the garden. It's a hot day, so sweaty. It's kind of nasty, but I got a few things to show you. Things are looking good. Alright, did I get it in the right spot? There we go. So, this is the plant that I did the transplanting tomatoes video on a couple weeks ago, I guess. About a month ago, I guess. And you gotta look at the video back when I did it. They were small. They've blown up. The weather's been kind of off and on. These are the early Siberians, and we had that colder weather, and they seem to like it a whole lot better. They did a whole lot better than the beefsteaks, but the beefsteaks, you should be able to see them right behind them. Well, I'll go to them. These are the beefsteaks that I put 2 of them in, and finally got the cages up. They're looking really good. But I got a funny thing about the beefsteaks. Alright, this is the other beefsteak, and this one kinda, I had it too close to my wife's car, and she got out and whacked it and knocked the top right off of it. But it snapped right here, and it had 2 suckers. So I figured, let's go with it. And it's actually doing good. It's looking like kind of like these over here. I got 2 plants off of one now. It's got the one main stem. It's splitting off right where the suckers were. So I think it's gonna be fine. I guess it didn't need that main branch, and it's gonna look like 2 plants all in one. Keep that dude in the cage. I don't normally use cages, but I don't know. They seemed handy this year, so I'm using them. Why not? And and also over here I got radishes. I like having a tripod. It makes everything so much easier. Down here I got some radishes growing. Gotta be careful with these. These grow bags, I've used them for 3 years now, but they're starting to show their age. And you see the crook neck. Now I got the beefsteak, and I think I had cucumber in it one time before too. But now I got radishes and tomatoes, and they're delicate. I think this is their last year, so I got to get all the tomatoes and stuff I can get out of them. But the beefsteaks are looking great. They started out looking kind of leggy, but they're paying off now. Anyway, on to the next, because I got a lot to show you. A lot of good things. So here, we've got the peppers. These are the Fuji jalapenos. And they did fool me. I planted the seeds, and they didn't sprout right away. They didn't sprout for about a month almost. So within a couple weeks I planted more, so got more jalapenos to come. But here's the 2 main ones, and they're actually already starting to flower. So haha. And here I got the Greek pepperoncinis. Well, a Greek pepperoncini. I only planted 1 seed because a couple of years ago when I planted them, I only needed 1 plant, and they produced like crazy. And that was actually in a grow bag, so I'm guessing in the grow box, with all that compost from years past, it's gonna do really good. And then you probably can't see it, but there's not a whole lot to see. But I'll move this so you can. Right here in the very corner, I've got onions. They're Tokyo bunching onions. You can just barely see them. Nope, maybe you can't. I don't know, but there they are. Alright, I promise I won't be moving you around too much more. Over here, you can see that. Alright, this and the cucumber are going to be sort of my project. Alright, and I'm gonna grow cucumbers up and around, and I'm gonna find a way to secure them. And they're gonna be chasing the watermelon. I'm gonna try to get them to grow around and just chase each other and kind of spiral down the grow box. I think it'll look cool. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna try it. It's another one that my mother-in-law gave me. She came over and she had so many plants. She said, I got too many. And you know, I kind of already had the same problem. So I took them. I can't turn down free plants. And I don't know, I've never been big on watermelon. I've only successfully grown it once. It takes such a long season. I don't know. I quit trying, but it was given to me, so anything free is worth a shot. Here, I got carrots starting to come up. These are the purple carrots. And I've got other carrots elsewhere, too. I got oak leaf lettuce starting to come up. And this right here is romaine lettuce. And thought I had one more in here. It wasn't marked. Guess it must just be the oak leaf lettuce. The seeds I got are getting old, so they're not getting the germination rates I'm expecting. I put down a lot of seeds. I'm only seeing one or maybe two. And then I got a few weeds in here, I think. I'm not sure if they're weeds or if they're something good. Might have planted spinach too, and that kind of looks like spinach. So I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer. You know, it's loose soil, so the roots should pull easily. I hope. We'll find out. Okay, so on with Tomatoville, I guess. Here's my other beefsteak. Now I forgot to mention, the beefsteaks in the grow bags are the beefsteaks I got from my father. And these beefsteaks are the beefsteaks I got from my mother-in-law. And it's looking a lot better than when she gave it to me. I've done well. But also, here in the corner, I've got yard-long cucumbers. I planted the seed right directly here. And I got something growing here. I don't know what. It's a weed, I guess. I don't know. It could be a good surprise. So I'm gonna let it grow and see what comes of it. I don't know. I mean, this is all the reminiscences of gardens past. It could be the seed of something great. It looks kind of like a cucumber, but it also looks like okra. Maybe, nah, it couldn't be squash. I don't know, maybe it could be. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Next up here on the last season of this one, because this thing's falling apart. I had to fix it with duct tape. But I'm still growing something in it this year. Oh yeah. So this is another one of the beefsteaks that I got from my dad, and this one's kind of gone nuts. I gotta make sure you can see this. In here, this thing, the wind was blowing and it twisted and fell down, but it didn't die. It just got stronger, and now it's growing upward. I love how durable this plant's become. Each plant, whether you grow it in a grow bag or in the actual ground, well, it's looking like it needs watered, but it's really hot out right now. It's humid, but they just keep kicking back, and it's starting to put out flowers, and it's wilted. Yeah, I picked a bad time of day to show you this one. It's not looking so great, but it does have flowers on it. And down here, I'm looking at you. Down here on the bottom, right where my finger is, those are flowers, and that is a beefsteak tomato starting right there. Okay. Anyway, this one doesn't look so great. It's really hot out right now. But the other ones are looking fine, so I don't know. But moving on, one that I got from my mother-in-law. This is a cherry tomato, and it's great because I planted the yellow pear cherry tomato here, and that's all that's left of it. It was still a seedling when I tried to transplant it, so I rushed it too much. Not exactly a learning experience. I should have just known better. But I got a replacement. It's probably going to be a red cherry, but nonetheless, it's a cherry tomato. And this here is the basil I got from my mother-in-law. I can't remember where I heard it at, but basil and tomatoes are companion plants, so they help each other. I believe it's the flowers from the basil plant that attract pollinating insects. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Google it. I think that's what it is. I forget. Next, I got another Roma. See if you can see the whole thing. All right. This one's putting out flowers too. It's looking good. It's looking somewhat good. It did have a lot of sunburning going on. She started these. She set under grow lights, so naturally, when you move it from the grow light to outside, mine have always gotten sunburnt when I moved them out from the lights, because no matter how much light you have, the sun is so much brighter, and that's why they grow so much better. God, I can't wait for tomatoes. All right, now for the pride and joy of this thing. That is the pride and joy of the topsy-turvy tomato tree. I got another one poking over here too. Alright, they're still green. This one's actually got some blue coming in on it, and I got a truck coming by. Okay, and alright, this is the indigo rose. I am so proud of this one. Let me get you a better view of it so you can see the whole thing. Okay, it's actually tough getting the whole thing into the frame, but I got flowers all over the place on it. It's looking somewhat healthy. All my tomato plants right now need trimmed. I I haven't pruned any of them yet, and I'm not sure why, except I haven't had time. It's not really a good excuse. So they're a little overgrown. Once I trim them up, I've really failed here because I'm giving them full opportunity to get blight. Because see, I've even got water still sitting on the leaf. It needs trim. They all need trim, and that would really help that tomato there turn blue quicker. A couple years ago, I grew the OSU Blues. I really wanted to grow them side by side, so I'm gonna have to dig up some old footage and see if I can do like some comparisons with some old videos I made, and I guess that's gonna be about the best I can do for now. But the idea's in my head, so next year I'll get my seeds planted a little earlier, and I'm gonna save some seeds from this one. So I'll have my own indigo and my OSU blue, and then I don't know, maybe I'll put them together. But I need to hurry, it's starting to rain. So I guess we're safe from the rain for now underneath the tree. So much for mowing the yard. Guess I better put the lawnmower up. This one here, this is the Burpee Pink. I've tried looking into it. I've never heard of the variety before. This is one I got from my mother-in-law. And I don't know, I guess it's supposed to be a pink tomato. Slicer size, the size we all like. I got some flowers starting up here. It's looking good. It's got a little sunburn, but it's all growing out of it. In fact, that's not even going to be there after I get done with my trimming, my pruning, whenever I get to that. But it's looking good. So, on to the next one. And dang, I'm gonna have to mow it, quit raining. Alright, so here we have got the Pepper Palooza, I guess. I've got the California Wonder that my mother-in-law gave me. And I got 3 of them in there. They're doing pretty good. I hope you can see that. I'm not paying attention to the camera. And I got a little parsley, I believe. And up here, that is another Fuji jalapeno. And I hope it doesn't make the other peppers spicy. I've heard it will, but I doubt it. How are the roots of one plant gonna make the other one spicy? I'm gonna prove that myth wrong. But anyway, that's my little hanging basket of peppers. And I've also got a little cilantro growing there. Alright. Alright, on to the next. No time with it raining. Alright, here, right by the house, I went ahead and planted a little, what was it? It's not squash. It is zucchini. Black Beauty zucchini. It's one of my heirloom seeds I had from way back. And I just pulled it out. So, 3 years old, and they'll still sprout. Oh, I got another one starting down here. Excellent. I love zucchini. Zucchini bread, fried, sauteed, baked, stuffed. I don't know, I just like zucchini. Okay, and here is where things got a little out of hand. I think I'm in over my head. I got carrots here in that really shallow. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but we will see. Maybe I'll have some short, stubby little what are the little ones they call them? Anyway, maybe I'll have some short carrots. We'll find out. Or maybe they'll just be pushing themselves out and pulling themselves for me. Huh? Who knows? Then here I got broccoli and another broccoli. And those are other ones I got from my mother-in-law. They're turning out really good. And here is the broccoli I planted on my own. I think she won. I got more Fuji jalapenos that I've still not transplanted. They're looking pretty good in this cup, but I know if I put them in a pot, they can grow so much better. So I'm trying to scope out a good place to put them. I might actually put them out front, because I can't get my sunflowers to take off. And what else do I have here? These are the bush, I always say it wrong, the Blue Lake bush beans. And I don't know, they just taste like good beans to me, but my wife loves them. It's her pick. I gotta give her one. So she got the Blue Lake bush beans. Now, no, you probably can't see over that, so I'm gonna have to get a different angle for you. Right, on to the other side of the salad garden area thing that I've got with containers. Here I've got snow peas. And I went ahead and made the trellis for them to grow up. I hope I didn't plant too many. I can always move the pot away from the other plants so they can be secluded. That's about the only thing I like about growing in pots. I am a plant it in the dirt kind of guy, but I haven't gotten permission to till. So keeping it above ground, and I'm making use of all the containers I've not really used throughout the years. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I've also got the oak leaf lettuce here that it doesn't seem to be having very good numbers as far as sprouting. So got a couple there. I'm just gonna have to try and plant again. You know, they say you're supposed to try and plant every 2 weeks, so I guess I'll have to stick with that rule of thumb. Down here, this was sort of a mistake. This is the dwarf blue kale. Oh, I love kale. I planted too much because kale gets bigger. I don't know if you can see this one here. This is the other dwarf blue kale. And, oh, just grab a piece. They get pretty big. So, this is the same thing as all these. So, these are going to get that size. I planted too many. That's all there is to it. So, I got to thin them out. It's a great way to do it. This is the Swiss chard. And it too can get big, but I don't ever let my Swiss chard get big because I like it better when it's small. I actually like the kale better this size than I do this size. It's just a tender thing. This is something I do more for like, well, if I'm making a steak one night, I'll boil it in the steak juice and make wilted lettuce, which is awesome. Then I got spinach, and it's already starting to bolt, go to seed. So I might just pull it and replant it. I got more seeds, so I might as well use them. And back here in the back, I've got even more kale. I think somebody likes kale. I do. Alright, and this big bushy thing here. This is something new for me. I've never grown, well, it's not new for me. I've grown green beans. But it's the top crop, I believe. Yeah. I've never grown it before. It said it was a bush type. I hope they're right, because I don't want pole beans. They get too crazy, especially for pots. But they seem to be doing really well. Everything in the garden, it's been raining day after day after day. So they're loving the rain. And you know, I wish it would quit raining a little bit so I could give them some compost tea, but I planted compost and everything, so it rains and makes its own compost tea. It's kind of great. But that is the end of the garden tour. That's everything I've got planted right now. You got the full episode, and that's it. I just can't wait for everything to start growing a little bit better. It's been a slow start to this season. But it's definitely warming up. I can tell you that just by look at me. It's hot out here. Of course, I've been mowing the yard, and I'll let you see what I'm seeing. See all them, you hear that truck? You see all them stripes of grass? That's gonna be future compost. I haven't bought any potting soil this year. All I've used is my compost from years past, and it's just built itself into an awesome soil. And of course I've got some potting soil it's been mixed with, so it's finally just become great. It's all, everything that grows in the compost grows good. Anyway, I'm babbling.